This video is directly continued from the last one, so we're not going to waste any time whatsoever. We're just going to jump right into it, so here we go. Duke insists on suiting up and helping on the field, but Batman says he needs him to stay as the eyes and ears of the cave. Spoiler and Orphan are setting flares in the evacuation zone to stop the red sludge thing. Duke theorizes that Nightwing may be turned into a monster and points out the similarities the super steroid has to Venom. Batman points out from our last video that Strange traded the Psycho Pirate for Venom. Batwoman manages to blow up one of the monsters, and Monster, Nightwing, and Gotham Girl arrive. Batman insists on taking care of Nightwing and Gotham Girl, but Batwoman says she'll take care of them and sends Batman to contain the other monster. Batman manages to electrocute the monster since the smart oil is superconductive. Back with Spoiler and Orphan, the police say they can't hold off the rioting people for long, but Spoiler says they don't need much longer. Duke says he may know how to help Nightwing and Gotham Girl and suits up as the signal against Batman's orders. He says Gotham City needs him and that Claire needs him. Batman tries to talk to the monster Gotham Girl. He apologizes for everything that's happened to her and says he won't let the city take her like it took her brother. He says he can't stop her alone, but luckily he didn't come alone. Clayface turns into like an armor for Batman that looks pretty cool and is actually a pretty cool idea. Batman and Clayface fight her as one, but Clayface can't hold it together, so they are separated. Signal, aka Duke, arrives with the cure and tells Gotham Girl that none of this is her fault. Spoiler and Orphan finally burn the red sludge off the people, but it crawls away into this awful thing, whatever this is. Signal manages to get the cure in Claire, and she turns back to normal. Signal tells her that she didn't hurt anyone, and how he managed to conduct the cure. Batwoman is fighting Nightwing and is falling to her demise, and that's where the issue ends. While falling, Batwoman pulls out her grapple gun and hits Nightwing with it. They're falling and she says Duke needs to use his syringe with the cure, but Duke says it's broken. She says it'll do because she has gravity and Gotham Girl. Gotham Girl is hesitant because she got Nightwing into this mess. Batwoman says they're coming in hot and Gotham Girl has to pick up the syringe and steady it so they can fall onto it. She says she could hurt them with her powers because her skin could break their bones since they're falling so fast. Despite her panicking, they manage to get Nightwing on the syringe. Venom starts to ooze from him, but he reverts back to his human self. Meanwhile, the giant monster made out of the sludge that made everybody aggressive is roaming the city. Now all the teams are in one place with the monster heading towards them. Nightwing tells Claire Alfred needs her and Duke to debrief at the Batcave, so she flies off. Nightwing and Spoiler research Strange and they watch surveillance of Strange with his patients, specifically the ones he turned into these monsters. He tells one patient they're a manipulator. He tells another their biggest problem is fear. He tells the next they're in grief, and he tells the last one that they still remain a child. Batman informs Nightwing the monster is after him and Spoiler because it knows they're the real threat, since they are tracking Strange. Nightwing tells Batman they both know there's only one option to defeat it. He activates Wayne Watchtowers, and it obliterates the monster. Now, lucky for our heroes now, all the monsters combine into one giant monster. Nightwing tells Batman he's put it together. The 4 patients each had a different issue and are now combined into one monster. Nightwing says that this is Strange's diagnosis of Batman. Batman tells the group to use the Watchtowers to fight the monsters and that he'll go after Strange. Nightwing wants to go instead because he says Strange is obsessed with Batman and Batman going is exactly what he wants. Batman says there's nothing wrong with walking into the dragon's den as long as you're ready to slay the dragon. Strange wants Batman face to face. I'd say he's earned it. As Strange dresses himself as Batman, now we're moving on to the finale. Batwoman and the team are en route to the Watchtowers, and Batman heads towards Strange. He says this is why he hired Batwoman and that the team needs her and not him. He tells her to empower them and make them their best. They get to the towers and have like a Voltron moment. Batman confronts Strange, and Strange says he can't touch him because Strange's suit will kill himself. Strange says Gotham City needs Batman, but that he should be the Batman instead, and that he's the only sane person in an insane city. The Watchtowers don't seem to be doing much, so rashly, Nightwing gets out and runs towards the monster, personally, then jumps inside of its mouth. Strange and Batman see Nightwing do this on their TV screen, and Strange says Batman let yet another teammate die because the job is too much for him. Strange keeps rubbing it in, and Batman gets pissed, yelling at him to shut up and about to punch him, which we established would kill him. Turns out Batman punches the wall, and Strange tells him to stand down as Batman and give him the role. Suddenly, Strange has trouble breathing because Clayface covers the building with clay. The venom is drained from the monster, and Nightwing is puked out, so Batwoman saves him before he dies. Batman tells Strange that he doesn't run from his monsters, he embraces them, as Strange passes out. After everything's done, Nightwing says Strange misunderstood Batman, and that Batman's faults are truly his fuel. Days later, the Justice League help rebuild the city. They give the men that Strange turned into monsters a proper burial, and Bruce says this is far from over because Bane has the Psycho Pirate, which we learned from our last Batman video. Anyway, that just about wraps up Night of the Monster Men. Next video will be Batman, I Am Suicide. That's where the Batman series continues, but my next video will actually be Superman 78, I think. So thank you for watching, and bye.